Evet, herkese merhaba. Dersimize hoş geldiniz. Hemen şimdi başlıyoruz. So, welcome everyone. Hello, good night, or good day. Our lesson is starting now. Dersimiz şimdi başlıyor. And today we will talk about the adverbial clauses. Like this will be the second part of the suffixes. Last week we had to cancel it because I had to be outside. So let me just show you and remind you of these part 1 and part 2. So part 1, we did it 2 weeks ago. We had all these suffixes to talk about, how to say like by doing, or since I did, or until I do, or after and before with verbs, and also sometimes with nouns. So in this part 2, we will talk about these ones, as you can see in the table. So we will see how to say because, but as a suffix, not as a conjunction, because will be çünkü. Like su içiyorum çünkü susadım. I'm drinking water because I got thirsty. But there are also these suffixes that you can use to mean the same thing. Just like saying, since I got thirsty, I am drinking water. Or other meanings like in order to. How do we say, I'm going to school in order to get education? Or big difference between while and when in Turkish. And you can see the rest of the things. Don't be scared of the number of the suffixes. Most of them are actually the same thing. They are just alternatives to each other. So I categorized them by reason, result, time, preference, contradiction. So I will slowly be talking about them. I will also try to explain them in Turkish, and feel free to join, type in the text channel, and as a new thing that I wanted to try on a Friday's lesson, if you want to comment or if you want to ask a question in voice, you can do so. So from now on, you will not be suppressed, your mic will not be suppressed all the time, because to be fair, it might get a bit boring to listen to me all the time. So it will be more fun for you if you could, get to speak. But how do you speak? And how do we avoid trolls interrupting the lesson? So that's why I made a command in TurkBots. Raise our hand. Unfortunately, we can't do it on this listen channel type. You can raise your hand on a stage channel, but stage channels doesn't support the streaming. Until Discord adds raising this, we have to do it on a normal voice channel. I mean, maybe you can raise your hand like this, or you can just use this new command. It goes as just, speak. It will do this thing manually. When you type this, you can also use the prefix. If you have a, question, if you want to comment, you can just type these questions. After that point, you will be unmuted for the rest of the lesson. So I will not ask you to, stop talking. If you want to join, just type these comments. And I will then check and see who wants to talk. Okay, great. So for example, Jasmine wants to join. Now she can talk. Okay, merhaba, hoş geldin. So this feels like a stage channel, but in the manual way. I'm sure you have joined a stage channel in different servers. People, get to talk, but Since we can't do a stream and raise hand thing, we have to do it with a command in a manual way. Yes, Megan, you were unmuted because from Monday the channel settings were left as a, unmuted. You joined before I changed it. Okay, anyway, I'm sure it's getting a bit too long. Oh, this reminds me. Maybe starting from next week, I might change the lesson time just 1 hour before. Maybe 10 p.m. is a bit too late. So maybe 9 p.m. could be better. Yes, I will make a poll and see how many people would like it. Like 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. in the Turkish time. So yeah, I'm trying to, improve the interaction to get you guys to talk more and the participation, so it will be easy for you to join. Okay. And a change is always nice. And let's start with the first suffix. Actually, first 3 suffixes, but they are all the same thing. And as you can see, the first one and the second one, they are just the short version of each other. Like dığından dolayı, you just drop the dolayı and just say dığından. That has the same function. Dolayı really doesn't change anything in the meaning. But why do we say it? I don't know. Maybe this was the first suffix, then people got lazy and decided to drop it, and even saying dığından had the same meaning, like it kept the meaning. And dı için, there's a little bit difference. I will talk about it later. So for now, let's talk about what meaning this suffix has. So as you can read in the description, it connects 2 clauses in a reason and result relationship. So like you talk about a reason and as a result there's something else. There's something happens. Before we move to as examples, I need to warn you about these endings. Like these uppercase letters always mean that they change based on the vowel harmony rules and based on the context. So like you need to use the genitive suffixes. And what is the genitive suffixes? The possessive suffixes. Like when you say my car, benim arabam, we use the same endings for this. Ben yaptığımdan dolayı. Or sen yaptığından dolayı. As you can see, when I say ben, I change this after tığım, I put an and after sen, I put an ın. And of course, this goes the same for like o yaptığından dolayı, biz yaptığımızdan dolayı. Maybe I can even type them like this. Yaptığından dolayı and biz yaptığımızdan dolayı or yaptığımızdan or yaptığımız için. When you change the person, you change the ending. Just keep that in mind. And now, let's talk about examples. I will write a few more examples first. If you want to try, you can either type it or you can speak with the command and then join the lesson. So what does a sentence mean in English? It's like because I did or since I did. So for example, okula gittiğim için çok yorgunum. Okula gittiğim için çok yorgunum. Çok yorgunum. With this suffix, you should read it from the second part. I am very tired because I went to the school. Okula gittiğim için çok yorgunum. Maybe in English you can change the order as well, like this. This will also work. And Jasmine's example. Do you want to say that in voice, Jasmine? Yes, exactly. Okay. Başka örnek vermek isteyen var mı? Is there someone else who wants to give an example? Either in text or in voice? I mean, I can write the examples, but I want you guys to try it. The more you try, the better you will learn. Like, because I was tired, I slept early. Or kitap okuduğumdan dolayı telaffuzum çok iyi. So like, because I read books, my pronunciation is very good.
I have another example.
Okay.
Çevrim içi mağazadan sipariş ettiğimden karanlık.
Güzel. Güzel. Çevrim içi mağazadan sipariş etmek olabilir, vermek olabilir. Param bitti. Like, because I ordered from the online shop, my money, or I run out of money. Yeah, Microsoft PowerPoint wants to capitalize the M. Okay. There's a little note in the bottom of the page. The reason relates back to a past event. Something happened in the past and now it has a result in the present. This is an important detail because you can still have a reason and result in the future or in the present. This dığından or dığı için, it always refers to a past event. Like, you did something and because of that something happened. Okay, boğazım ağrıdığımdan dolayı soğuk bir şey içmiyorum. Ağrıdığından dolayı. There's a little genitive suffix error. Ağrıdığından dolayı. Because the thing that acts, the thing that is in pain is my throat. And it is an O. O ağrıdığından dolayı, not ben. So like, my throat is O. Ben koştuğum için çok fitim. Vina, you need to say koştuğum. Türkçe öğrendiğimden yeni insanlarla tanıştım. Matilde. you can't use den için together. It's either den dolayı or the için. No için and den with each other. Like you can't use them together. Okay, great. Okay, I will add a reminder at the bottom of the page and bring it to every slide. This should stay there at the bottom. Evet, her zaman sokak yemeği yediğinden arkadaşım hasta oldu. My friend got sick because he or she always eats or ate in the past, ate street food. Okay, great. So if there are no questions, if there are no confusion about this suffix, I will move to the next one. So the examples seem to be clear. Okay. And now this one. Mak için and mak üzere. This is similar to dığından, but this time it actually refers to a present or future event. Okay? Mesela, for example, there's a goal in the future and you are doing an action to reach that goal. Like you have an aim and you are trying to reach that. So, for example, by the way, more, yes, correct. Wait, kaza olduğundan dolayı engelli oldu. No, not correct. Kaza geçirdiğinden dolayı. Like a person getting involved in an accident, we use geçirmek, not olmak. Okay, now an example for this. Mak için, mak üzere. Like su almak için bakkala gittim. Su almak için bakkala gittim. This is simply I went to the grocery shop to buy water. Su almak için bakkala gittim. Yemek yapmak için mutfağa gittim. I went to the kitchen to, make food. Okay, so I could have your examples. Give me examples with mak için or mak üzere. And you can also read the reminder about the difference between mak için and mak üzere. Mak üzere is usually about the things that really doesn't depend on you. Like mutlu olmak üzere. Like in order to be happy, we wouldn't say üzere with mutlu olmak because being happy doesn't really depend on us. There are a lot of things in life we can be happy or not. So we wouldn't say üzere, we will say için. Okay, and mak üzere, as my personal opinion, it's mostly used as about to, like dışarı çıkmak üzereyim. I'm about to leave. I'm about to go outside. Or kitap okumak üzereyim. I'm about to read a book. Or ders başlamak üzere. The lesson is about to start. So we use mak üzere with about to meaning. Not really like in order to. Sometimes you can use it as an in order to, but it has a negative meaning as you can read never again. Like geri dönmemek üzere buradan gitti. He left to never come back again. Bu sunucuya Türkçe öğrenmek için katıldım. Yes. Bu sunucuya Türkçe öğrenmek için katıldım. I joined this server to learn Turkish. Ailemle görüşmek için köye gittim. Correct. Ailemle görüşmek için köye gittim. I went to the village to see my family. Kilo vermek için diyete başladım. Correct. So for example, you wouldn't say kilo vermek üzere diyete başladım. Okay, in most cases, üzere doesn't work. So you should actually really avoid using üzere unless you mean about to or never again. Like güçlü olmak üzere egzersiz yapıyorum. That wouldn't work either. We only say güçlü olmak için egzersiz yapıyorum. Onunla evlenmek üzere. Now that one works actually. Onunla evlenmek üzere işlemleri başlattım. I started the process, the things, in order to get married with him or her. So now marrying that person is within my control. So I can say üzere. Derslerimiz bitmek üzere. Yes. Our lessons, our classes are about to finish. Okay, so are there more examples? Onu öldürmek üzereydim. Bu yüzden odadan çıktım. That's correct. I was about to kill him. That's why I left the room. Gözlerim kapanıyor. Uyumak üzereyim. My eyes are closing. I am about to sleep. Save money, para biriktirmek. Yeah, para biriktirmek. Exactly. Para biriktirmek için bir bütçe yaptım. Bütçe yapmak. Make a budget. Or plan a budget, maybe. Bir bütçe planladım. Yeah, anyway, that's not the point. Yeah, okay. It's correct. Başarılı olmak için bir kitap yazdım. Correct. Yes. Okay. So that's all. When you need to say like, in order to do something, I did this, or I am doing this, or I will do this. Like you can use it in the future as well. Like Su almak için bakkala gideceğim. I will go to the grocery shop to buy water. You can use it in any sense, any time. Like not always past. You can also use it in the future. Like spor yapmak için spor salonuna kaydolacağım. I will register at a gym to do sports, to do exercises. Yeah, hedeflerimize ulaşmak için çalışıyoruz. We are working to reach our goals. Yeah, you guys got this. And I like how you are always using için because, as I said, mak üzere is not really that common. If you like, you can use it to say in order to, but it is tricky, and most of the time it sounds posh, like it sounds fancy. So just forget about using mak üzere, stick with için. Only if you are saying I'm about to do something, you can then use üzere. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I'm saying right now. Like, it sounds posh, it sounds fancy. Unless you are writing a book, unless you're on a TV, unless you're making a public announcement, just forget about üzere and always stick with için. Because it is mostly tricky, most of the time it doesn't work. It doesn't work with the situations when the result, the goal doesn't depend on you. So just stick with için. You can use üzere when you need to say I'm about to do something. Like as a public announcement, like for example, someone can say yolcularımız otobüse binmek üzere buraya gelebilir. Or otobüs Antalya'ya gitmek üzere yola çıktı. The bus departed in order to go to Antalya. So that's just a formal speaking. Political speech as well, yeah. Ülkemizi kurtarmak üzere savaşmalıyız. Now, Jasmine, that sounds like you are, giving a speech to, encourage people. Okay, let's write an example with about to. Like, ders başlamak üzere. The lesson is about to start. Or ders bitmek üzere. The lesson is about to end. Or evden çıkmak üzereydim. Sen geldin. I was about to leave the house, but you came. Film başlamak üzere. Yeah, correct. Yeah, sen neredesin? Otobüs gitmek üzere. Otobüs kalkmak üzere. We usually use kalkmak, not gitmek. Kalkmak, departure, depart, or taking off. So yeah, üzere is most of the time used as these examples. Ders başlamak üzere. The other uses of üzere, they sound too fancy. Just forget about them. And always use için instead. Akşam yemeğini yapmak üzereydim ama ev alev aldı. Yes. Yeah, correct. And like literally correct. There's no mistake. Okay, so now I'm moving to the next one. Elf cakes, it's never again as in I will never do that. It's more like I am leaving this place to never come back. Bir daha dönmemek üzere buradan gidiyorum. Or I'm saying goodbye to you to never see your face again. Senin yüzünü bir daha görmemek üzere seni terk ediyorum. It's not like I will never do this. For that we have a different suffix. It's more like I am doing this to never do it again. Okay. Great. So now let's talk about unca, dığı zaman, dığında. These three suffixes are also the same thing. But sorry, it's not about a goal action. I was just copy pasting the same text. It's more like let's call it like two events happening at the same time. Happen together. But these are used with static events. No, we didn't do unca last time. It was uncaya kadar. Uncaya kadar and unca, they are different. So today, this week, we'll talk about unca, dığı zaman, and dığında. So yeah, this happened at the time of that. So let's just jump to examples. Eve gelince seni aradım. I called you when I came home. Maybe I can change the order of the clauses to make this easier for you to read. Because in English or in Turkish, this goes that way. Eve gelince seni aradım. Ders başlayınca herkes geldi. When the lesson started, everybody came. And you can use this for the future as well. Ders bitince uyuyacağız. We will sleep. Or when the lesson ends, we will sleep. You can use it for future as well. Otobüs durağı gidince otobüs hala kalktı. No. Otobüs? No. No, the problem with that sentence is the ending on durak. I'm not really sure what you mean here. Oh, when I went to the bus stop, it had already, went. Otobüs durağına gidince otobüs çoktan kalkmıştı. Remember the mıştı, the suffix, like past in the past. Like otobüs kalktı, but before I went there. Two of these events are in the past. I went to the bus stop, but before that the bus, left. Kalkmıştı. And yes, seni görünce gülümsüyorum. When I see you, I smile. Ayı bırakınca güneşi geldi. Interesting. When we left the moon, the sun came. hastaneye gidince or hastaneye varınca o çoktan ölmüştü. And let's use the other suffixes. And I should include an attention. Like you need to use with like dığı zaman and dığında. You need to use the genitive suffixes with dığında and dığı zaman. So like it goes like yaptığım zaman, like ben yaptığım zaman, sen yaptığın zaman. Okay, yeah, let's have an example with dığı zaman. I will use the same first example. Eve geldiğim zaman seni aradım. Or ders başladığı zaman herkes geldi. Onu ilk gördüğümde aşık oldum. Yağmur yağdığı zaman evde kalırım. Sen evden çıktığında annen seni aradı. Correct? And how does it differ from at the same time? At the same time is more like an expression. So we have aynı zamanda because like same time. And at the same time, you know, two events are happening at the same time, literally. That one has a different suffix. It is for can. We will see it in a bit in the next slide. So when we move to the next slide, you will see examples that happen together. İstanbul'da yaşayacağım. Daha çok Türkçe konuşacağım. İstanbul'da yaşayacağım zaman daha çok Türkçe konuşacağım. Does it work in the future? I think it works in the future. Zaman, no, it doesn't add anything to it. Dığında and dığı zaman, they are just the same. Wow, o doğduğunda yıldızlar şarkı söylemeye başladılar. O doğduğunda yıldızlar şarkı söylemeye başladılar. When he or she was born, the stars started singing. Üniversite okuduğum zaman evlendim. Jasmine şarkı söylediğinde cennete taşınıyorum. No, taşınmak means moving, like moving out to a different place. It means like you are picking up your things and moving to the heaven. As if like you could do that. Okay, so I think, yeah, there's a little Y missing here. My bad. Sometimes you might need this Y, like başlayınca. Işınlanıyorum. I am teleporting. Are you teleporting? Okay, in that case it will work. Okay, now Let's talk about can. This can suffix. Derse geldiğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Thank you guys for joining the lesson. Sorry about my mood and energy today. I'm a little bit sick. Like since the morning. I feel very tired. But I tried to explain them and give you examples as many as possible. Yeah, teşekkür ederim. Yeah, Vina, it's about the sickness. Okay, that's all. Hepsi bu kadar. Yeah, kendinize iyi bakın. Take care of yourself. Don't forget to do the homework tomorrow. Ödevi yapmayı unutmayın. Haftaya görüşürüz. See you next week.